Hey there. Shit, I don't know. Did I share this? Shit. I don't know if I shared this. Fuck. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's just 2 minutes ago though. So, oh, hey, Sue. All right, yeah, I need to refresh because it says one waiting, so it hasn't even registered that it started yet. All right, there we go. That's better. Okay. Hey, everyone, what's up? I'll be turning the camera on shortly. I'm just getting ready for work, so it's gonna be off for a few minutes while I do this shit. So, to some people, I'm probably gonna look like a big fat liar right here. I gotta agree. All right, I don't fault them for that. As I said, I wasn't going to speak on this. I wasn't going to get involved. I wasn't going to whatever. But I haven't read everything that was sent to me in text messages. So I've been reading a little bit here and there as I go. And, for the most part, it's been all the same kind of shit, so I haven't expected anything to change my opinion or my decisions or whatever. Looking for my tweezers. But that's changing, I think, because I'm getting into the more recent messages sent to me. And I just kind of wanted to touch. I'm not going to share anything visually. I am going to read some shit, though, because I want people can form whatever opinions they want. But I feel like people are forming their opinions. Well, one half of the side here is being quiet. And it really, being quiet is what we should be doing. But I don't know. I feel like it's just making shit easier for the other side. And I don't want to do that. I don't want shit to be easy or hard. I just don't want shit to be anything other than what it is. And that's all I want to do is just show what it is. So that's my whole intent here. But as people know, I'm not going to say any names. I hate to say that too, but people know that there's been a person on social media who's been fighting with a lot of people in this community over a Facebook group. And a Facebook group that was not theirs to begin with, but the person who started the group was kind enough to accept the help. Well, not kind enough to accept the help, but was accepting of the help and was kind enough to trust this person. And then the other person started running away crazy with it. And then the original admin was like, all right, no, that's enough of that shit, and shut it down. And people are apparently under the, I don't know, just under the belief or whatever that that's not how it happened, but it is. Now, you can say what you want about maybe this original admin shouldn't have been so trusting, yada yada. I think you might be right on that. I don't know. I don't really care about that. But bottom line is, it is what it is. That's it. So, and as a result of this person not being able to, within days, but this all happened within days too. It's not even like this was like spread out over a series of months or whatever. Days. It went from, yay, we have this new admin who's here to help it, to literally just days later, everyone's like, yo, fuck this shit. Like, she's taken over. She's using this for her own benefit. She's using this group as a weapon to use against people who disagree with her. She's using this to silence people. Like, none of this is making sense. And I'm not here to come at this person either. I don't care. She owed no one anything. So she really, I don't care about any of the shit she did, but I don't like how she's now trying to manipulate people by using emotional manipulation, really. And that's what I want to talk about, because this is crazy. And I don't mean crazy in like literally insane way. I mean, this is just, I can't even believe that I'm being sent messages like this. But, so this is the one that has me concerned the most. And I'm just going to read it. Like I said, I'm not going to share anything. I don't know why. It seems way worse to show it than just to read it. Maybe it's just in my head, but hey, it is what it is. But it says, and now the Allison profile, I suspect to have been Veda, has disappeared. And Steve and Veda are getting ready to do a victims of her hotline cash grab on their channels. I seriously think I smell a few lawsuits, because I can prove this is all lies. And I was doing what I was told to do in that group. Anyone have any idea what that means? What was she told to do in this group? Like, I don't understand. Who told her to do shit in this group? I mean, she didn't, no one sought her out. Okay. No one came to her for assistance. No one came to her and said, hey, we'd love it if you got involved. Or did someone actually go to her and say this? Because it sounds like she's saying someone did. Now, I seriously doubt. I know it wasn't anyone being mentioned or talked about here as of lately. So I'm curious who it was then that approached her about this. I mean, what was she told to do in these groups? Who was she told to do it by? So then it goes on to say, man, Steve loves to be the victim, doesn't he? I have a real survivor story. I choose not to go on platforms and share. But he'll use anything he can grasp onto, lies and all. And you helped him do this. I really liked you a lot, is how they end that. See, this is what I mean by emotional manipulation. I'm not going to sit here and be told that I'm doing this when I literally have not responded to this person in, let me see. When was the last time I texted her? I have to scroll. It's going to take me like 5 minutes to get back up to like last week in here because that's how much shit I've been sent by her over the past week. I can't, no one can get through all this many screenshots. It's crazy. So yeah, my last correspondence with her was on July 10th. Okay. So here we are, the 24th. And between July 10th and now, there's only one time where I have directly addressed her in text form or whatever. And that has been once on Twitter. And that was just a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. I don't know. And that was over her saying that she did not kick me out of the group or whatever, or ban me. And she was blaming it all on Allison. And all I had said was, well, perhaps Allison was kind of confused about what to do with me since you had kicked me out of the group chat on Messenger the night prior. I just wanted to point that out to her, basically. So that's why I tweeted that. But that's it. I have not responded to any of this shit she sent me, but she keeps sending me this stuff, trying to tell me how this is all my fault because I don't even know why, because I didn't constantly want to be in contact with her to tell her what I was doing at all times and share everything I ever created in this group of hers. I mean, you know what I mean? Because that's what it seems like it is. It seems like she's telling everyone that she's so upset with me because I did not share my links to things in this Facebook group like she told me to. Here's the thing though, I don't, this may be a fault of mine or whatever, I admit, but I don't like the shameless plugging or whatever. So like, I don't really plug my shit anywhere unless I'm asked to or whatever, you know, unless it's like I'm prompted up to do so. So the only time I shared my links in this group is when the discussion was in relation to, or was either in direct relation to something I had put up on my channel, or I had a video that could help provide information or basis or context, whatever. Like if it had to be, you know, not just like little or smallly related, it had to be like largely, you know, informative. And then I would share a link. That's it. So like if I just simply put out a video, I didn't just go into the group and say, hey guys, check out my new video. Like I never did that. So I'm sorry for that, I guess. I don't know. Although I have a feeling that had I done that, I would probably be told how I'm a grifter and everything else and yada yada. Which don't get me wrong. I would love it if I made more money here on YouTube. I would absolutely love it. I hope someday maybe I can. But I probably don't put into the work to it as I should if that's what I want. You know what I mean? And I get that. I do. Whatever. So let me scroll right down here. Wait a minute. Let me get there. And I want to address a few other things here and figure what fuck well I'm at it. I can just address them, you know. But okay, I always thought of you as fair and honest person, but you just went on a live and co-signed a lot of lies about me that were absolutely not true. But if they were lies, I would assume that they were considered absolutely not true. I don't know why that clarification had to be made, but I digress. The last message I have from you said you're working on details, but you never got back to me about a specific date and time. I wouldn't have known if Sue hadn't told me. I never asked Veda to go after you or anyone else. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to mention viewers or anything, so I'm skipping over that. I also don't want to mention her fucking shit with her therapist. Okay. I was being vulnerable with people I trusted about how some others were getting to me. If you look back in this text thread, I made several attempts to contact you and you ignored me. I asked you to at least post your own links to your Katie videos to the group, or Allison wasn't wanting you to stay as a mod. I would have been fine with that. You didn't have to keep me as a mod. The only reason why I even talked about the group is because I was a mod, but I'm perfectly fine not talking about the group or being a mod. She felt you were too busy to bother. She might have been right. I'm sorry. I had to talk her into adding you guys to begin with. You know you didn't. You didn't have to talk anyone into anything. And you, of all people, looked into when her account was created and talked about who it might be. So for you tonight to get on there and say she's my sock was also dishonest. All right, I never said that she was her sock. I never said that. I didn't say she wasn't her sock, but it wasn't anything that I really formed any kind of an opinion on at that time. So I just said that I do think that the account is probably a sock of some kind for someone. I didn't say who. I have no idea whose sock it may be. But the fact that the name is Allison Jones and they list their home city or where they live is the same city as Katie, I'm going to say it's probably a sock account. Okay, it won't let me. Okay, here only. Okay, I don't care about that. Let me get past the screenshots. So she was an admin for the group that was posting lies about me. That was the problem, but she wanted all week. We did all week until I blocked her to get back to. Okay. This one here too. Yeah, sorry, Tina. I probably should share this with you first, but I'm going to read it now. And ask Tina, if a group is posting false info on someone, the group can get taken down and a subpoena can be sent to Facebook for IP addresses of the admins to have them served for defamation. I had proof every post in that group about me was a lie. The group can also be taken down. Yeah, I'm for granted, I can't say with 100% assurance because I just can't know any and all things or every and all things. But I'm gonna say that I'm pretty sure that Tina never fucking said that. So because Tina's, just I don't know, smart maybe. And let's see. Oh, this one, okay. Okay. I'll be the first person to admit that I can sometimes sound or come off or be received as condescending. I don't mean to, I don't intend to, but I just don't always know how I sound or how I should sound. And wait a second. Now I am going to be condescending to the man who's standing in front of me wanting to talk at this moment. 1 second. Oh yeah. But he had it coming though that time. He deserved the kindness. He does this thing where he'll break my balls like he's trying to remind me, look at the time, you don't want to be late, whatever. And it just gets so fucking annoying when every single time, no matter what time it is now, because I think he does it just to get on my nerves. He'll say, do you know what time it is? Have you seen the time? Do you know what time it is? I'm like, get away from me, Big Ben. Get away. Anyway.
Have you seen the time?
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. So, that's right. I was reading from my phone. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm the first person to admit that, yes, this is sometimes, maybe, how I come across. I don't mean to. I definitely don't think more highly of myself than most everyone else. At least not usually, but maybe sometimes I do. I don't know. Anyway, so she writes, last thing, I confided in you and Veda about some of my trauma. I'm not going to go into the specifics of it, whatever, but I had to say that for context. You were absolutely condescending and dismissive. You all have showed you have zero empathy or understanding of trauma and trauma responses. I put in a lot of hours of work, and it's still very hard to overcome. I don't doubt that. When someone is quiet with me or ignores me or is even different with me than they've been in the past, it is my natural response to assume I did something wrong and I need to fix it. I want to say this right here. There may be something as residual or whatever, something from childhood with her. I'm not dismissing that. But I think that that's kind of the case with most people to some degree, especially most females. Though it's not gender specific, I do think women are oftentimes made to feel like something was within their power or their fault while growing up, at least more so than boys are. So I'm going to just go on and let me say that I can relate to that feeling. I know and I understand that feeling. And it sucks. But I'm not going to hold everyone else accountable for my feelings, like in that regard, because I don't know. I just don't feel like that's right. I feel like it's not trauma dumping, but I don't know, what dumping of some kind. Now she says, "Why need to be a mod if you're not going to help at all? Not even 5 minutes a day." Regarding the group, I agree. I completely agree. So don't let me be a mod. Don't keep me on as a mod. I said from the very, very beginning that I was not going to be able to do much moderation. More than anything, I wanted to just, have access to the admin activity or whatever for the group. And I mostly wanted that because if I was going to talk about it on my channel and support it after there's been some concern or question of, allegedly Katie Joy taking it over or whatever, then I needed to do that. I needed to be able to offer some assurance that that wasn't the case. And so if you're now going to put extra responsibility on me, then I think that we need to re-examine our relationship here. And you're probably right to remove me as a moderator because I was not going to contribute more than I was. Just wasn't going to. Sorry, I don't have the time. Okay. And I'm not even near the end yet. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. There's so many screenshots. Okay. So now we have. Somehow Llama Girl got brought up into this, I guess. Sorry, Llama. You caused me a lot of problems with people tonight that I did not deserve. I never started anything with Annette Paulson. I don't know who that is. I defended her from people who were calling her a sock account. I told them she was not. You caused me problems with Llama Girl by saying I was saying bad things about her. I don't remember that. Find one fucking screenshot where I said one bad thing about her. It was Veda who said that about her. And I know what she's talking about, where Veda said. Veda didn't say anything bad about Llama Girl. Veda was just pointing out that if you're going to use something from people, you should give a shout out. Some people, a lot of people they're not anal about it. However, Llama Girl does appreciate the shout out. That's what she was saying. I don't blame her there. I don't. So, I don't blame Veda for saying that. I don't blame Llama Girl for taking that stance. If that's the case, whatever. I see nothing wrong with having said that. That sounds to me like, hey, let me give you some advice here amongst some people in the community. This is how this is what people want and expect. Should you want to get along well with others, this is something you may want to take into consideration. I think that was kind of considerate of Veda if you want to say, want to talk about it. But all of you sitting there lying shows more about who you are than I am. Okay. You saw when Allison's account was created. Yes. That was way before I was around. Sure. And I do know who it is. Oh, you do? Huh. And you all are going to be embarrassed when they're ready to reveal themselves. Well, so she's saying that Allison is in fact a sock account. So obviously, I like that because that tells me that she agrees that when I said that Allison was likely a sock account, I just never said it was her sock account, and I still don't really think it's her sock account. I don't know. I don't really care. But now she knows whose sock account it is, and she knows that we're all going to be really embarrassed when it gets out. Who might embarrass us for being behind that sock account? Who? And I think of that, and then I think of I was just doing what I was told to do in the group or whatever. I don't know. I feel like a picture is starting to come together. I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. I'm speculating at best here. But okay, when they reveal themselves, but they have good reason not to. You're a bunch of lying bullies. If we're a bunch of lying bullies, and why are you trying to still, like, I don't know, convince us of shit? But here's where shit. This is a novel. Like, ever get text messages and it'll show you like a big paragraph of it, but then it shows like the little arrow down on the bottom right, and you open it up to a really long text message? That's what this one is right here. That's what this one is. And I was like, I didn't even realize that text messages did that still. I thought that this was like something way back in the days of like the flip phones where you can only do like so many characters that you get the arrow. Apparently, no, you still get the arrow when it's really, really fucking long. Anyway, I've had so much respect for you. I've told people I believe you are a truth teller, but I'm putting together clips for another channel of Veda and Nikki contradicting themselves and lying repeatedly. You have let them do that on your platform without bothering to check what the truth was. I was never bitching about you, like you said. I was asking Meg and Veda what was going on, why you never responded to things, and why you weren't posting your own videos you were doing to the page. Again, I'm going to say, if I was going to have certain responsibilities as an admin or a moderator of the group, then perhaps you should have made that known ahead of time so I could have better decided what to do. And again, yeah, you're asking people what was going on. You had already asked me what was going on, and I had already told you. I told you that I'm busy. I told you I work a lot, and I told you that I do suck at getting back to people. I know that this is a severe deficiency with me. I get that. And you know what? I don't care who you are, what it's about. You deserve an apology from me for that. And I am truly sorry. When I have the time to correct it and better it, I will. But as it stands right now, that's not going to happen in the very near future. So I'm sorry. Just know that ahead of time. Okay. I am not crazy. I have not tried to prop myself up like you say. I was forced to verify my identity because I thought I was protecting a person who was Allison. I don't know what that means. And I don't know who was. I don't think anyone asked her to prove her identity. I mean, if you were in the Facebook group, then you knew her Facebook profile. And if you take one look at her profile, it's pretty clear that she's a real person. This is way too intricate and complicated and informative to be fake. I have no doubt that she is who she says she is. And she is the person behind that Facebook account. So I don't doubt any of that. I'm not sure who she had to prove and for why. I don't know why they would be protecting Allison either. I no longer believe the person I was communicating with was the person they said they were. I am not releasing all of the screenshots, but I'm going to send you enough to show you it was not me who made the calls. I was instructed what to do. Really? So now you want to push the blame, which I'm not even blaming you for shit. I'm not even upset, but you still want to assert to me that there's blame for your actions and that blame lies with someone else, but you can't be bothered to tell me, even give me the courtesy of saying who that person is. You know, that sounds to me like a scapegoat, possibly. I don't have OCD. I'm okay. I have no reason to doubt that. But I'm glad you're working on your medical degree like Katie. Bitch, please. Come on now. Come on. I am the first person who says all the time, do not take my word for it. Do not listen to me. Speak to your healthcare professional. But no matter what I'm talking about, whether it's mental health shit, vaccines usually, or whatever, don't take my word. I know fuck all about fuck all, okay? Don't ever confuse me or mistake me with someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about on the important matters such as your health or your well-being, because I don't know shit. I'm sorry if I gave a different impression. That was never my intention. In fact, the opposite was my intention. So yeah, there's that. I'm sorry. I'm almost done with my makeup. And I look like shit too because I got to stop at the store and get eyelashes. I don't have any. And my actual eyelashes they don't curl anymore because I'm so used to wearing the fake ones. All right, let's see here. All right, good enough. Okay. I don't like streaming when I don't show my face, especially when I'm talking shit about people, you know? So moving on. I have to hit the arrow again. Okay, I already read that. Like Katie, okay. You have unfairly allowed me to be slandered on your channel. We have screen recorded everything. We? Who's we? I mean, I'm not concerned about it. I'm really not. But you're saying we as though you want to put the muscle of we behind your words. So that makes me curious who we is. Credibility does matter to me, and I've said that from day one. Okay? I never had a beef with Nikki. That was Allison. I'll prove that. Then Nikki went over to the other group and to Reddit and bashed me. Well, what would that matter to you then? What does it matter if the beef was with Allison? What do you care then? I also have lots of messages from Megan saying what a bitch Nikki is and so on. Oh God, I seriously doubt that. But again, I say this over and over again. Talking shit about me would be if you went to everyone you could and say that I slept with half of YouTube and I gave them all herpes. They would be talking shit about me. But if you are venting to someone and saying, yeah, I can't believe Erin did that, it's kind of bitchy of her. That's not talking shit. I'm perfectly, that's allowed. This should be allowed. If you're not venting about me to me, then I hope you're doing it to someone else. Otherwise, it's just going to fester. And then we're really going to have issues down the road. And I don't want that. So by all means, if you think I'm a bitch or you think I did something bitchy and you want to say something to talk about it, even whether I hear about it or not, it doesn't matter. I don't even want to hear about it really, but whatever. Please do. Please do. Okay? But yeah, if you're going to tell lies and say I did, X, Y, and Z, that's another story. And I only slept with like a tenth of YouTube. I'm kidding. Oh my God, this is so long. I can't even remember. I don't know where I left off at. I gotta stop letting my phone go to sleep mode because I lose it. Okay. But what I'm going to do is, now who does this sound like? I'm giving two people in the community my Messenger login and my Twitter login so they can verify nothing is fake and they can do the screen recording. Why the fuck can't you do the screen recording? That just seems so weird. And there's only one other person in this entire community that infected throughout this entire or social media existence online, whatever, that I know of that would offer regularly or at all to give their login information to people who are essentially strangers. I'm not saying that they're connected. I'm just saying that this is a connection in my mind anyway. And that was Nat. Even with sock accounts in my vaccine advocacy days, we never shared our sock account login information with other people who we knew to be on our side or on the same side as us, because you just don't do that. You just don't. Oh, okay. I also have dozens of messages between Balls and me before I ever had any desire to be on Twitter where I was giving her info. She would tell me what to ask. I would do it and she would use the info. Okay. That sounds very, very smart of Balls. I'm not brand new. Oh, I bet you're not. And I didn't just come out of nowhere. I believe that. I never wanted to be an out front person. It doesn't bother me for people to know my real name. Okay. You've got to be smart enough to figure that out. Duh. I mean, if you wanted to be anonymous, then I think you'd be working behind an account name, but you haven't been. I just didn't want my name called out on the live with Sue. She's talking about when Sue came up on live stream with me about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Well, why didn't you want her name associated with that? I mean, it was her idea, and it was a great idea. I don't care. It was a great idea, and I'm glad we did it. And it really should have been done long ago. But why didn't she want her name associated with it? That seems very strange. It almost seems like first of all, it was her idea. She kind of pushed for it to happen, but for granted, she didn't have to do much pushing. But now she doesn't want her name associated with it. But she wanted the group name. She's upset that I didn't plug the group like continuously throughout that stream or at all for that matter. But she didn't want her name associated with the live, but she wanted the group name associated with it. This just seems very odd to me. It really does. I just hoped you would let people know where to find the Facebook page. It's a group. She keeps calling it a page. I don't get that. I didn't think that was too much to expect. No, it wasn't. Perhaps you should have let that be known ahead of time, though. Of course, we were trying to grow the page, the group, because the more people who know who Katie is, the better. I was having people come there every day and say they had no idea about her. That's going to happen. That's why people come to the group, because they just start to learn about her. They have questions, then they search, and then they find the group. That's how it's supposed to happen. You can't expect people to show up to already in the know of her. I mean, maybe some do, sure. But we were doing a good and important thing. When the screen recordings come out, you'll see there was never one threat made to Allison by me. I never said that there was. Actually, the exact opposite. I'm going to send you enough screenshots so you will see the truth. The rest will be released later. What the fuck does that even mean? Like seriously, by all means, don't send me anything else. I don't want any more. I want to just walk away from this. Okay, really, it's ridiculous how this is still going on. And mind you, I am picking and choosing what I read here, but the shit I'm leaving out is the shit that's either going to potentially be kind of fucked up to someone else and mentioned, or some really personal shit about her. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not picking and choosing things that won't put me in a favorable light. I don't care. I have no doubt that there's things I've done in this situation, along with many others, that I probably should have handled better or differently. It's life, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect. I don't care. But my point is that's not what I'm leaving out, though, here. And here we come back to Steve again. This is very strange. Steve asked me on the phone about my personal story. I trusted him and was vulnerable with him, but he wasn't really comfortable, but wasn't really comfortable talking with him. Then why did you? No, you didn't. No one put you on the phone with him. No one made you get on the phone with him. Nobody. You don't have. He likely just asked you what your connection was to Katie, and you felt the need to go into everything about your life, IBLP related or whatever. Hey, man, that's your choice. You don't have to. You can if you want, whatever. But now to suddenly act like you're not comfortable talking with him, I don't know. Almost sounds like that was kind of, I don't know, the point. So, I wasn't really comfortable talking with him about it on the phone. So I wrote a lot of it out to him. Why? Just say, I'm not comfortable talking about it. Then he turned it around and tells people I'm unwell and sick and need help. Yeah, that's not what happened. I mean, he may have said those things. I don't know, but he didn't say those things because you told him about your trauma or whatever. So if he believes that what he and Veda are doing is how you treat someone you're concerned about, bullshit. Also, you let Veda sit on your live on your channel and tell lie after lie. That's also going to be proven when my conversations with her and Megan that I have stored are revealed. I've taken a lot of bullets to protect the person I thought Allison was. Unless Allison is the one typing this shit out to me, you've taken no bullets from me. As far as I'm concerned, I got no problem with. I don't give a shit. My problem is just in these text messages right here. Nothing else. Oh, okay. Person I thought Allison was. I now believe it was Veda all along lying to me. Now she thinks Allison is Veda. But that was my bad for being a fool. One last question. You made a statement that I might be connected to nonsense because I made a positive post about her. That's not what I said. I said, I just find it kind of telling that all these other people she's talked about, she's now talking shit about, except for nonsense. But then I went back and looked at the post, and I think she was actually talking shit about nonsense too. So my very, very limited, brief assumption, according to her, was not even accurate. So yes, I know the fucking time. I do have to get going here in a minute. So she says, the only post I made was, oh, okay. The only post I ever made about her was in the guides of what channels you weren't allowed to post in the group. How was that positive to her? She's right. That was my misunderstanding. But I'm still going to highlight how you weren't allowed to post shit in the group. And how do you, as a truth teller, justify sitting there and lying about me just because I was following the wishes of the actual owner of the page, of the group? Say group. That wasn't a lie. That was a misunderstanding on my part, which I am correcting now. I don't understand you at all. Well, join the club. I don't either. Because I really believed you were a straight shooter. Straight shooter. Who says that really anymore? But you took all these people's words and let them flat out lie on your platform. Listen, I'm not responsible for, first of all, they're not lies. They're how they are seeing things. They're subjective. Yes, sure. And they're different than how you are viewing things. Sure. But they're not lies. They're telling their experiences as they see it. And secondly, I can't control that. But what am I supposed to say? No, that's not true. Don't tell me that that's how you felt because that's a lie. I can't do that. Nor would I. Okay, so that's now we're at the end of that long ass one. And these are not in order, but I think that might have been the last one. I already read the very, very last one. So I think that was the second to last one. My God, there's so many screenshots. Okay, yep, that was it. So, all right, I'm done. I just want to go over this real quick. I really didn't plan on it, but I just sat there. I'm like, why am I keeping my mouth? Like, why? What am I doing? This is stupid. And by all means, don't go hating on her. I got no ill will towards her. I'm all good with her. We're cool, whatever. But I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to play along. I'm not going to fucking play this game back and forth with her. I'm not going to do that. So if she's spending time on me, she may want to redirect her time spent on another resource because I'm not going to prove to be fruitful for her. So I don't really even care to talk about this anymore, whether it's with the people who I align myself with or the people who I don't align myself with. I'm over it. This is way too chaotic for me. And this is what turned me off about the whole Nat situation. It was just chaos for the sake of chaos. And if I can't make sense of it, I get frustrated and I lose interest. And I'm already at that point with this shit. I'm frustrated and I've lost interest. I'm out of here. Which reminds me, I will be uploading, the video's uploaded. I just have to make a thumbnail. But I will be making a new video public today where I'm going to be taking on a new fight, which I'm still going to be continuing my previous fights, of course. But it's that time where this shit's going to come into the forefront. And this time around, I have a platform where I can say some shit about it, and I'm gonna. And though I'm not taking a political stance here. I don't care what side. All parties suck as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a shit about any of them. I don't give a shit about Biden. I don't give a shit about Trump. Fuck them all. Okay. That's where I stand on all of it. I don't care. But I will say this. I am on one side here. Just don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. That's it. If you're a dick, we're not on the same team. That's it. That's my only political stance. Don't be a dick. So, all right. On that note, I'm out of here. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye. See you later.